around now with all the industry safety rules, but Rescue Dawn felt like a throwback to the wilder days. You know a production is going to be nuts when you first sit down with Herzog and Balsam asking how you feel about swimming in snake-infested waters, sleeping in the jungle at night, waking up with leeches on you, and biting off a snake's head. And Christian Bale, being Christian Bale, took the part. He stars as Dear Denver, a U.S. pilot shot down in the Vietnam War and taken as a prisoner. A true story that Herzog even made a documentary about beforehand. To get into the role of a POW, Bale only had to lose 55 pounds, slimming down to a mere 135 pounds. To show the prisoners losing weight while starving in captivity, they shot the film in reverse because it's easier to gain weight than it is to lose it. But losing the weight was just the tip of the iceberg. They filmed in Thailand over 44 intense days. Herzog put Bale through all sorts of things that would make most of us cringe just thinking about them. Bale often went into snake-infested waters, wrestled with a real snake before switching it out for a fake one when biting its head, trekked barefoot through the jungle, dealt with leeches, ate real maggots, and got tied up and yanked around by a buffalo, enough to prove that he was safe. He's known as one of the most hands-on directors, earning heaps of praise from everyone, except maybe Klaus Kinski. There were scenes where the actors, including Bale, were chained out for hours, causing a lot of anxiety. And while Bale took the brunt of it, the whole cast and crew in Thailand faced a lot of challenges to wrap up the film. Not many actors these days go all in like Bale did for this film. I mean, how many would hang upside down by their feet with an ant nest on their face and get spun around? During this wild stunt, non-native English speakers spun Bale, but when Herzog tried to get them to stop, they thought he was urging them to speed up. With ants crawling over his face, Bale endured this mishap, leaving him unable to stand straight for days. Despite all the madness, the film did well at the box office and earned some pretty great reviews, with most of the praise going to both Herzog and Bale. Critics lauded Bale for completely immersing himself in the role, and Herzog enjoyed his time working with Bale, saying that he recognized him as one of this generation's best talents long before he played Batman. Bale's career really started to hit its stride, getting all sorts of interesting roles. In 2008, he suited up once again as Batman in The Dark Knight, but this time around, he barely had to gain weight. Although still fit, he didn't pack on as much muscle to fit in the leaner, more flexible Batsuit design. This new suit allowed him to pull off the Kesey fighting method way better than Batman Begins. He continued to do a ton of his own stunts, even having to persuade the filmmakers to let him perform the scenes where Batman surveys the city on the rooftop instead of using a stunt double. But let's face it, Bale's dedication to the role kind of took a backseat to Heath Ledger's iconic performance as the Joker. He absolutely stole the show in that film. Now, this next part doesn't show his dedication as an actor that well, but in the summer of 2008, while filming Terminator Salvation, a leaked audio recording caught Bale cussing and going off on cinematographer Shane Hurlbut. Poor Hurlbut was wandering into the scene to fiddle with the lighting until Bale had enough and took it out on him verbally, even threatening to quit. Bale has apologized since then, but it was kind of funny hearing most of his rant in the American accent he used for the film.
No! No! Don't shut me up!
Now, that's some next level commitment. In 2010, Bale once again transformed his weight for the fighter. Bale lost an additional 30 pounds on top of the weight he had already lost with Terminator Salvation to play Dekhiye, boxer Mickey Ward's half-brother and trainer. Dekhiye was a crack addict during the movie's timeline, hence Bale's weight loss. He hung out a lot with the real Dekhiye to nail down the behavior and stayed in character the whole time on set. The film did very well at the box office and with critics, especially praising Bale's performance. So much so that he snagged the Best Supporting Actor Oscar for this role. And unlike many Oscar winners who might take it easy after winning or kind of get unlucky, Bale's career wasn't slowing down. He was about to become much bigger, literally. Fast forward to 2013 and we got American Hustle, where Bale played sleazy conman Irving Rosenfield, who was roped into a sting operation involving the government. To slip into character, he put on a hefty 43 pounds, but unlike his previous weight gains, he wasn't aiming for a muscular frame. From his 135 pounds in The Fighter, he went up to 190 pounds for The Dark Knight Rises, and then up again to over 230 pounds for this role. And it wasn't just the weight gain. Bale shaved his head, rocked a comb over, and sported a slouched posture that even led to a herniated disc. Bale was so transformed that Robert De Niro had to pull the director aside to ask who he was, even though he had already met Bale before. Besides the physical overhaul, he spent loads of time dissecting footage of con artist Mel Weinberg, and all that hard work paid off. The film was a hit at the box office and wowed critics, scoring Bale a Best Actor Oscar nomination. But the weight gain did put him at risk of losing his next role as Moses in Exodus, God, and Kings. He managed to shed the excess weight in time for the film, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world if he skipped out on that one. In 2015, Christian Bale starred as Michael Burry in Adam McKay's The Big Short.